Mic test. Yan. Ha? Yan. Okay. Very good. Okay po. Isang magandang Lunes sa inyong lahat at welcome sa live market review ng the stock market today. Ngayon po ay March 14, 2022, the last time I had my this live presentation was last Monday, no? Now, ito po ang inyong lingkod, si Benji Chidoro. Ako po ay isang retired bank officer na nagsimula mag-invest sa Philippine stock market noong 2007, and I do this report every day. I also report the latest news on your favorite and most active stocks. If you like the content, I invite you to subscribe to my channel. Kung meron po yung stocks na gusto nyo ipa-review, paki-comment lang po sa comment box and I will prioritize. By the way, I'm not a financial advisor and nothing in my channel should be considered financial advice. Ang ating financial news ay tungkol sa Bank of Commerce IPO at ang napipintong, let's set that up first. Lagay muna natin dito. Okay, ang ating financial news ay tungkol sa Bank of Commerce IPO at ang napipintong high inflation risk ng ating bansa. Kasama po ang ating financial headlines at ang resulta ng trading sa ating PSE ngayong araw, ika-14 ng Marso 2022, dito lamang sa The Stock Market Today. At tunghayan na po natin ang ating headlines, but before that, silipin po natin ang index at tingnan natin kung ano na nangyayari dito. At kanina nung sinilip ko po ay hindi po maganda, no? It's an engulfing red candlestick. Sandali lang po. Yan, okay. It's an engulfing red candlestick, and so far the index is at the 68,000 level, 6845, but 10 minutes to go till closing time, ano? Tingin ko it's within that vicinity lang. So let's now go to our headlines, no? And this is courtesy of BDO Securities. Government wants to lower tariffs for inflation flight. Exports quicken, imports ease in January. Ayala Corporation net profits rise 62% year on year, 27.8 billion pesos in full year 2021. Yan po yung ating sectoral news. And then SMC Global Eyes 600 megawatt Leyte LNG plant. LNG is liquefied natural gas. Meron pa, A-REIT infusion of Cebu's office assets to increase portfolio to 64 billion. And then this is our main news. Bancom or Bank of Commerce prices IPO at 12 pesos per share. So let's now go to our financial headlines. Ito po yung high inflation, no? Puts GDP at risk. GDP is gross domestic product. No? The Philippines may find it more challenging to reach the government's 7 to 9% economic growth target this year, as household consumption will likely take a hit from higher inflation caused by prolonged Russia-Ukraine war, an analyst said. The Philippine economy will probably only grow within the 5% range due to geopolitical developments that may have dented recovery prospects, ING Bank NV senior economist Nicolas Antonio Timapa said. Finance Secretary Carlos Dominguez last week said he does not expect the Russia-Ukraine crisis to last very long, adding the Philippine economy will only be affected because oil and food prices continue to rise. Yan po nakakatakot, at bukas po ay magkakaroon po ng another big increase, and this is the largest since I don't know when, no? But as far as I know, this is already the largest price that we had for diesel and gasoline and kerosene, no? 12 to 15 pesos po ang increase kasi po yung diesel ngayon nasa 62 to 63 pesos plus 15 magiging 77 to 78. That's napakasakit po sa bulsa, at kawawa po ang ating mga jeepney drivers dyan, no? Hindi na yan papasada. Kawawa yung transport sector po natin, at mabagal yung ating gobyerno sa pag-increase nung jeepney fares, at yung kanilang ayuda ay I don't know when this will be given, no? Anyway, yan po ang ating first news. The second one is on the IPO of the Bank of Commerce, courtesy of the Manila Standard. And let me put up first the IPO. Meron po akong slide dyan. Let me get that. Sorry po. Let me get the slide on the IPO. Ito po. Okay. Can you see that? Yan. So, from the Manila Standard, Bank of Commerce prices IPO at 12 per share, targets 3.36 billion pesos in proceeds. The BOC, the lending arm of conglomerate San Miguel, priced its IPO at 12 pesos per share, the company said in a filing with the stock exchange over the weekend. The final offering price is slightly lower than the guidance and the maximum level of 12.50 apiece. Okay. As the IPO comes amid volatile market conditions brought about by the Russia-Ukraine war, BOC will raise up to 3.36 billion from the sale of 380.6 million common shares based on the final price offer. The public offering will run from March 16 to 22. Tama ba nilagay ko dyan? Okay, tama. With listing on the main board of the local bourse scheduled on March 31. About 10% of BOC's firm offer shares will be made available to local small investors who may subscribe to the IPO through the PSEEC website or mobile application. Okay, so yan po ang ating news on the IPO. Let me put up again the... Okay. Yan po. Balik po tayo dito. And balik po tayo sa PSE. Welcome po, Chito Gomez. Good day po. Can you please look at URC, LTG, and Glow? Okay, sulat po natin yan. Request po ni Chito Gomez. URC, LTG, and Glow. Yan, no? Red engulfing candlestick po ito, no? Let's put up our indicators. Pero 5 minutes to go pa po ang ating index bago po magsara ang exchange. And let's take a look at the most active. Ang top gainers, ang top loser, actually the most active rather, is Ayala Corporation. But it lost 6.06%. Ano? Puro, actually, dito sa top 15 or 20, puro pula po ito. I think what's driving it, let's see, baka may latest news po tayo dito from Business, Bank of Commerce. Tingnan natin, baka makakuha po tayo ng additional information. But just the same, I think it's the rising oil prices plus the instability, the market jitters over the Ukrainian and Russian conflict. And itong level na po ito, yung level po ng stock exchange na ito is the lowest since, let me check, September 2021, September 1, 2021 when it reached this level. Pero before anything else pala, I'd like to thank my host Mari for allowing me to use her facilities here. Thank you very much, Mari. Okay, and binabati ko po si Tito Sam kung nakikinig. Okay, thank you, Mari and Tito Sam. Wednesday magkita tayo. Okay, and then lalagyan ko na kaya to ng pinaka-support natin, ano? Just to ready ourselves. Actually, yung next support level po niya nandito. And there is another one which I see here. Yung support, yung resistance na naging support. Okay, nasa 66.99 po yung next support level, pero nasa 68.16.95 level, ano? Or 4.15% down. And I think this is the highest since the decline during the March 2020 level, ano? No March 16, nag-decline po ang 7.91 ang decline no March 16, 2020 po ito, no? And I guess this is one of the largest declines in the index. Kasi the next one would be, tingnan natin dito, nasa August 13, 2021 when it declined by or reduced by 3.61, hindi masyado. Pero I think this is the next lowest level since the pandemic, March 16, 2021. Kasi 7% po doon yung bagsak eh. Okay? Kung meron po kayong stocks na gustong ipa-review, paki-comment lang po sa comment box at ating pong ipa-prioritize. Ngayon po ay tingnan po natin yung market. Tingnan natin, yung other news siguro, no? Tingnan natin yung other news dito sa top stories. Antayin lang natin mag-load. Yan, high inflation puts GDP at risk. Debt service bill hits 1.2 trillion in 2021. So biro mo, bayad lang po ng interest at I think interest lang po ito, or 1.2 trillion na po binabayad natin. Okay. So, anong oras na po? 2:59. Let's see. I think this is more or less what will happen to the index na. Let's see. Let's put up the market summary. Okay. Antayin lang po natin mag-load yung internet. Sorry po, mabagal lang po yung internet natin. Kasi it's 3 o'clock already, more or less. Ito na po yun, ano? Okay. Let me counter check that lang with this. 68,1695. The PSE lost 295.24 points, or 4.15% down, to end at 6816.95. Let's put up our indicators. Na-plot ko na to kanina, nawala lang. Okay, ulitin natin. So, nandito po siya. Yung pinaka-support nito ay ang pinaka-next support level nandito po. Yan, nasa 66.76 area. And after that, the lower support level would be here, 63.45.20. And makikita nyo po yung ating mga moving averages, no? Yung tatlong exponential moving averages, nasa taas po ng mga candlesticks. Ibig sabihin po nun, ay nagta-turn bearish na yung ating PSE because of the drop in the prices in the index of the index stocks, no? Ang ating RSI, or the Relative Strength Index, is at 33. Maging 30 po yan ay magiging, if it drops to 30, then the index is considered oversold, meaning that anything normal ay may high possibility of turning around or going up again. Okay, so yung pinaka support niya, the nearest is at 6676.07, which is not very good. However, tingin ko po dyan, since magaganda naman po yung stocks natin dyan, it will turn around. Okay, yung ating market activity, wow, 119 companies, 190 companies declined, 34 advanced, while 28 remained unchanged. The all share index also dropped 126.87 points, or 3.37%. Malaki ito, ha? And all our sectoral indices, puro pula po ito. And the drop was led by services at 5.27, followed by mining at 4.64. Not a very good day. Okay, so si Eric Art, hello po sir, from Bahrain. Wow, Eric, welcome po. At first time ko pong kasama ko kayo dito. Ganun din po si Chito Gomez, no? Welcome Eric sa live. Anong oras na kaya dyan? -5 or -6 yata, no? More or less, no? Okay, so let's check out our most active stocks muna. And tingnan natin kung anong pwede natin dito, kasi Ayala Corporation is the most active, followed by Ali, SMPH, and SM. Let's start from the dulo kaya, no? Kasi we'll be reviewing 6. Mag-a-add po ako ng 3 dito, yung 3 galing kay Chito eh. So kung meron po kayong gustong ipa-review, pwede pa po, no? As long as makita ko po kagad dito. So let's do SPNEC, Solar Power, then let's do what's interesting, BPI, the GT Cap, URC. Gawin natin si URC. And then let's do A mining stock, SCC. So we'll be reviewing 6, URC, LTG, Glow, SPNEC, URC, and SCC. I'll be doing the technical analysis for this, and I'm using the 20, 50, and 100-day exponential moving average plus the relative strength index to do my technical analysis. Okay, so let's now start. 3:05. Okay, nag-close na po ang merkado. URC po muna. Ay, instead of another URC, wag na URC kasi meron na pala dito. Let's do something positive naman. Tingnan natin dito. Wala akong wala akong mapili dito eh. Try natin si one lang, GT Cup na lang ang gawin natin. SCC. Instead of URC, let's do GT Cup o Jollibee, JFC. Yan, paborito nyo yung Chicken Joy, di ba? Sige, mag-Chicken Joy muna tayo. Okay. So let's start with URC. URC is one of the index stocks. Oh, what happened to URC? It's an engulfing red candlestick, huh? And you know, URC, nasa 100 to 30, pero fundamentally sound naman po siya. Tingnan natin yung actual study ni BDO SEC, URC, ang presyo po niya is 145 pesos. That's the real value of URC, but it's now at 102.30, which means that it has a potential upside of mga 35 to 40%. Yan po, no? And yung ating mga candlesticks po nasa ilalim ng ating mga indicators, which means that bearish po ang sentiment, and the stock has been moving down since November. Yan po, November or October 29, at ngayon talagang bear. I don't know if you call that a bear market, but the stocks that we are seeing now is parang nagkaroon ng pandemya. Nagkaroon ng alam niyo yun? Tingnan niyo po yung RSI, nasa 16. Ang ibig sabihin po niyan, kasi 30 pa lang po, oversold na po yan. Meaning, ang ibig sabihin ng oversold ay people are selling so much that it comes to a point that the selling becomes saturated, and the market will realize that the stock is at such a low price already, and it is ripe for a reversal. Pero abangan po natin sa susunod na kabanata dito. Tingnan natin yung DMI. Sorry po, tingnan lang natin. Kasi directional movement, it's at 33, meaning talagang bearish po ito. If DMI kasi is 30, above 30, then there is a definite trend downwards. Kita nyo po ito, yung red line nasa itaas ng green line, meaning the direction of the stock is downwards, and it may still continue to move downwards unless things change. So yun po ang aking tingin sa URC. Let's do tingnan natin yung support level niya. Hindi ko na muna po titignan yung resistance, yung previous support level po niya based on a 1-week chart, nandito po sa 120. And the next support level, ibig sabihin dito ay sellers, at this point sellers will refuse to sell. Yan po ibig sabihin ng support. Yung resistance, buyers will refuse to buy. Okay, so based on a 1-week chart, the next support level is at the 96.43 area, but this is an area, no, not an exact point, no? So within that area po tayo. Yan po ang ating tingin sa URC. Then after URC, LTG naman, the Lushitan Group. Yung Lushitan Group naman po ay still moving downwards. Kung titingnan nyo po yung black indicator, which is our long term, ay slightly moving downwards, and still this is also moving bearish. May bearishness po ito, no? Especially the RSI is at 36.93. Alam nyo po, ang LTG, kung titingnan po natin yung study, nasa 12.90 po yung tunay na presyo niya, yung tunay na value ng stock na nasa 12.90 based on fundamentals. Pero yung based on technicals po, the next support level would be here, 854. And yung RSI is showing a bearish number, 36.92. Okay? So that's LTG. At I believe, no, yung with the market now, antayin lang po natin na mag-oversold po yung stock, or I know po, temporary lang po yan eh. And the Ukrainian conflict will not last forever. Just like the pandemic, that won't last forever. Diba? 1 week after the stock market opened, tumaas na naman yung mga stocks, diba? And I believe that will happen also here in this case. Okay, after LTG, si Globe Telecoms. Si Globe naman ay ganun din, ano? Tingnan nyo to, nag-crossover po yung ating mga indicators. Kasi from starting here on August 4, 2021, dire-diretso po ang kanyang taas until dito when it began moving sideways with the 20 and 50-day exponential moving average piercing through the candlesticks, meaning nagsa-sideways movement na po until and nangyari na bumaba na po yung mga candlestick with the stock price turning bearish. Yan po. Meron po siyang dividends, 27 pesos per share, and nabigay na pala ito, March 10. Anyway, tingnan na lang natin yung next support level ni Glow. Nandito po siya. Let's use a 1-week chart para ma-determine po natin. I think it's here. The next support level would be in this area. Nasa 2237.06. But area po yan, ano? Based on the 1-week chart. Yan po yung next support level. And after that, that next support level, balik natin sa 1 day. Ang hirap ma-determine eh. Pagka medyo malayo na. Ito po. I think this is a good support level. Nasa 1826 po. So it's bearish, and sooner or later the market will realize that the stocks are priced at a bargain, no? So antay-antay lang po tayo. Actually nga, tingin ko nga bukas magre-rebound po ang market eh. And kung nakabili po kayo today, or kung makita nyo po na nagra-rise po yung stocks at the beginning of trading and constantly, it's time to buy. Okay? Kung long-term investor po kayo, no problem. Next, let's look at SPNEC. Okay, Eric, tingin nyo po ba itong drop sa merkado ay na-price in na ang inflation natin? Yes, I think so. Tama ka, Eric. Pina-price in na po niya yung whatever, no? Whatever it is, no? Ang example po niyan kasi is that ano yung tinitingnan ko kanina? Meron akong stock na tinitingnan kanina eh. Nakalimutan ko na kung anong stock yun. But rumors pa lang, pina-price in na po niya And what now kung yung mga analyst at yung gobyerno mismo nagsasabi, sina Bedjock no mismo nagsasabi na merong inflation risk, pinaprice in na po niya. I think, tama ka dyan, I think this is the inflation factor that is pulling the market down. Very good. Very good observation. Pati yung mga profits mo, no, napaprice in na po yan. Natandaan ko na, DMC. DMC yung tinitingnan ko kanina eh. Rumors pa lang, February 28 na banner year ni DMC na malaki yung kita niya, tumataas na yung stock. Lumabas lang yung financial statements 5 days later na price in na market. So, tingin ko po na price in na po ito. And I think if there is better news tomorrow, then I believe that the market will rebound. Okay po? So, solar power Nueva Ecija, tingnan po natin. Okay. So, it's generally just moving sideways itong solar power Nueva Ecija with support here. Actually, support level na po ito. Nasa 162 and next after that would be 138. So the sentiment is bearish at 38.93. Yun po yung solar power Nueva Ecija. Nasa 169 po siya ngayon. So most of the stocks are bargains right now. Okay, after SPNEC, tignan natin si JFC, your favorite Chicken Joy. Naku, red engulfing candlestick na naman to. Yan. Ito po yung pinaka-support niya. Nasa 208.74. And I think this is support area already. Itong bagsak niya dito. So, most likely, kung support area po yan, maaring mag-rebound dyan tomorrow. Pero kung napakalakas ng market sentiment, because of that crisis, then the next support level will be 208. Ricardo Tilano, welcome. Laki ng binaba ni JFC, but I'm still optimistic. Rick, no, if you are a long-term investor, wag kang kabahan kay JFC. It has been there since the 1970s. No? Ang unang store po niyan ay nasa malapit sa Escolta. I forgot the name of the street. Pero it started as an ice cream house, not a burger house, actually. Nakakain na po ako dyan nung 70s when I was in college. And I also ate at their Cubao store. Mga 2 o 3 stores lang yan eh. Tapos bigla silang nag-expand. Pero wag kang kabahan kay JFC kung long-term investor ka. Okay? Kasi most of the investors buying JFC is not for the dividends eh. Kasi magkano lang naman ang dividends ni JFC? 89 centavos per share. What can you get out of it, no? Halos wala. Barya-barya. But one thing about JFC is that you go for the capital appreciation. Meaning over time, the stock will grow since management is good, the product is good, and the stock is very resilient. Okay, sir, let me know your thoughts dito sa mining and thoughts dito sa mining and SCC. Okay, titingnan po natin ng SCC mamaya, pero okay, Rick, to answer your question, tingnan natin yung mining and oil sectoral index. Yan, tingnan nyo yan, yung mining. This is comprised of all the mining stocks in the index. Yung nag-qualify lang to be in the mining index. Okay? So, ito ay nagta-turn bearish na po siya. Dito, overbought rather, noong March 8, ano? Kasi the price of nickel ay bumabagsak. Tingnan natin yung price of nickel. I think yung lead po dyan is nickel and Merck and FNI. Diba? Tingnan po natin yung price ng nickel. Ayan, no? It lost, well, slightly moving sideways, pero hindi na po siya tumataas, na-reach na po niya yung peak. And that is the reason kung bakit ganyan po yung movement ng stocks natin, ano, sa mining. At malaki yung loss niya. Yun po ang aking take for mining, no? Nag-divert lang tayo sandali. Okay, Charlie Miguel, thank you for tuning in. Sir, can you please chart Picor and Costco? Okay, sige. JFC Picor. Sige, habol natin to, ha. So, Picor and Costco. So, tingnan natin si SEC next. At welcome po sa inyong lahat, ano, sa naka-tune in. Okay, SEC naman, well, ganun din, no? It followed the mining index and it lost 2.1%. Pero SEC, no, banner year po niya. And I read in one of the articles earlier na binili yung stock tapos binenta rin, ano, kung nag-profit taking kagad. Anyway, yung next sa support level ay nandito po sa 26.11. And neutral lang po siya, no? Actually bullish pa rin po based on the RSI 68. Actually it's neutral at 50.78. Nasa gitna lang po siya. Pero yan po yung next support level na aking nakikita, nasa 26 po. Yung SCC. Okay? And then after SCC, kasi two red successive candlesticks, ano? So baka patuloy pa siyang bumaba unless we see some better news tomorrow. Okay, after SEC, tignan naman natin yung request ni Charlie Miguel Picor. Petron Corporation. Okay, Petron Corporation, Petron Corporation. Another red engulfing candlestick. Actually, kung makikita nyo po, meron itong gap down dito. Nakikita nyo po yan. I'm encircling it. Yan. That's a gap down. Meaning, the closing price of March 9, the following day, nag-open siya even much lower. Kaya nagkaroon po siya ng tinatawag na gap. And according to many technical charters, na pagka magkaroon niya ng gap, whether it's a gap up or a gap down, sooner or later that gap will have to be filled. Kita niyo yung red line or yung black line na yan? Okay. So, kita niyo po, since March 9, ay puro pula po yan. Pula, March 9. Gap down, March 10. Another red, 11. And then March 14, another red candlestick. Yung bullish, humahabol siyang maging bearish. Pero yung RSI is still respectable at 47, but it appears to be turning bearish for Picor, Petron Corporation. Pero I think, with the gas prices going up, si Petron Corporation ay maaring mag-change siya, no? Pero mukhang na-price in na po niya. Kasi puro pula po ito eh. Na-price in na po niya yung presyo ng petroleum. Okay? Can PX, sir. Okay, ito na po yung ating last na i-chart, yung PX request ni Ken. Okay, mining stock pa rin yan. Okay, Costco. Sorry po. Costco. Ito yung pinupuntahan ko sa US, Costco. Costco Capital. Sorry po. I'm sorry. Natatawa. Hotdog ang binibili. Dollar with drink $1. Okay, side trip lang po tayo. Anyway, merong SNR kasi sa US called Costco eh. Tapos napakamura po ng food, no? Yung hotdog niya $1 with drink na po yun. $1 lang, imagine, 50 pesos. Anyway, tapos yung drink, refillable drink. Anyway, yan po. Okay, I suppose this looks like a sideways movement. Okay. Nag-counterbalance lang po siya dito. Dito po kasi tumaas po siya nung March 9, no? But what happened in March 9? Bakit siya nagkaganito? Ngayon ay nag-profit taking uli. But let's see kung merong ibang news, ano? I'm not so familiar. Nag-buyback transaction. But probably just market sentiment po ito. But in general, it's just moving sideways except for a few blips here to March 9. Nag-recover siya. Tapos bumaba uli siya dito. But in general, it's just moving sideways with support. Tingnan natin. Let's use a 1-week chart. Support po. Mga 480 to 490 po ang support niya. And resistance would be here at 546, more or less po. So it's just moving sideways, but I'm just concerned with the wild swings here. No, March 7, March 8, tapos nag-rebound, etc. I don't know what's happening there. I don't have any news. Okay, so after Costco, our last stock would be PX. I'm sorry, again, PX. This is Philex Mining. Philex Mining, naku, bumagsak si Philex Mining. Pero maganda po yung ano niya, maganda po ang Philex. In my view, in my own personal view, because they are exploring, they got this concession on Silangan. They're now closing the Benguet mine. And they're moving up to Silangan, pero matagal pa po yan. So nagkaroon siya ng net income po. May cash dividends, but ang inabangan ko po dito yung stock rights, ano? Kasi they need money to operate the Silangan mines eh. But so far, looks like from bullish it's turning sideways, and I think the support would be here at this level. Dito po. Nasa 520 yung support level. Net income po siya, net income po si Philex. The resistance, I would place it here at this level. So, Philex kasi produces nickel also aside from gold. And the price of the stock is largely dependent on what they produce, the minerals that they produce. So, it's nickel, gold, and some other minerals. And kung tumataas po yung gold, then the stock goes up. Or tumataas ang nickel. Nickel is an ingredient in battery making, you know. And dependent din po siya sa nickel prices. So yan po ang take po sa nickel. So Ken, yan po ang aking take dyan. More or less it's turning bearish to sideways with RSI a bit, well, turning bearish at 49.95, 96. Yan po. Okay, I hope you that's all for today, and we will be doing this again next week. I hope you tune in again next week, and bukas po I will be back to my regular video production of the stock market today, which I will put up right after the index closes. Okay? Thanks, sir. Okay, so maraming po salamat sa mga nandito ngayon. Si Chito Gomez, Eric Art from Bahrain, Ricardo Atiliano, Charlie Miguel, and Ken. Maraming po salamat sa inyong pagtangkilik. Ito po si Benji Chodoro, nagpapaalala, an investment in knowledge pays the best interest. Maraming salamat sa inyong pagsubaybay. Hanggang sa muli, take care, God bless, and bye for now. Wait.
Ang Pasko, punta na dito sa States.